Welcome back to our channel, Read and Learn English. Today, we are going to talk about something that can completely change the way people look at you. This topic matters because how you speak shapes how others see your intelligence, confidence, and even your future opportunities. Words open or close doors instantly. How to speak smartly. Speaking smartly is not about showing off big fancy words or trying to sound like someone you're not. It is deeper. Think of conversations with family, friends, or coworkers. When you speak with clarity, people naturally respect you more. Even your small ideas carry strong weight. It's about speaking in a way that is clear, confident, and makes others respect and trust you. Real smart speaking inspires action without forcing it. When you speak smartly, people pay attention, they remember your words, and they take you seriously. You begin to stand out without needing to shout. Let's begin with tip 1, and I will explain it in full detail so you can start using it today. Simple steps change everything. Tip 1. Think before you speak. This is the #1 habit of smart speakers. They never rush into words. Pausing first builds invisible power before they open their mouth. They give themselves a small pause to think. Imagine it like a heartbeat of silence that creates confidence instantly. That pause might be just 2 or 3 seconds, but it makes a huge difference in how you sound. People feel your calm authority. Why is this important? When we speak without thinking, we often use filler words like or we start talking in circles. Without pausing, conversations slip into confusion. At work, this can make you look unprepared. At home, it can cause misunderstandings or unnecessary tension. This makes us sound nervous, unsure, or even unprepared. But when we take a small moment to think, we give our brain valuable time. We give our brain time to organize our thoughts and choose the best words. This moment of silence makes us sound confident, calm, and in control. How to practice thinking before speaking. 1. Pause for a breath. Whenever someone asks you something or you're about to share your opinion, breathe before answering. This short pause will stop you from rushing and will give your mind time to prepare the best answer. Silence becomes your unseen weapon. 2. Know your main point. In your head. Quickly ask yourself, what is the one main idea I want to share? Focus makes clarity easier. Once you know that, speak directly about it instead of going in many directions. Clear direction keeps people engaged and helps them value your perspective. 3. Use short sentences. Long and complicated sentences can confuse people. Smart speakers keep sentences short and clear so listeners understand every word without extra effort. 4. Avoid filler words. Words like can make you sound less confident. Thinking before you speak helps you avoid them naturally. Example, imagine someone asks you, "How was the meeting?" A person who doesn't think before speaking might say, yeah, it was fine, We talked about some stuff like, the project and things, but a smart speaker would pause for a second, think, then answer clearly. Say, "It went very well. We discussed the main project challenges and decided on the next steps." This reply is confident, clear, and powerful. See the difference? The second answer is short, clear, and confident. It makes the listener feel you are in control and know your topic. The hidden benefit. When you think before you speak, you also gain respect. People notice you choose words carefully, which makes your speech more meaningful. They will listen more closely because they know you only speak when you have something meaningful to say. Fewer words, but heavier impact. Remember this. Smart speaking is not about speaking more. It's about speaking better. Even a few words carefully chosen have more power than speeches. Tip 2. Use the power of simple words. Many people think that to sound smart, they need to use big, Complicated words, wrong belief, words that most people don't even understand create distance. But here's the truth. The smartest speakers in the world use the simplest words that connect. Why? Because the goal of speaking is not to impress people. It's to make them understand you clearly. Simplicity builds bridges faster than complexity. Think about it. When you listen to a great leader, a successful businessman, or an inspiring teacher, do they fill their speech with difficult vocabulary? No. They speak in a way that everyone from a school student to a professional can understand. This ability makes them powerful and unforgettable communicators. Why simple words better? 1. They are clear. Simple words are easy to understand, so people can focus on your message, not struggle with meaning. 2. They build connection. When you speak simply, you connect with people's hearts and minds. They feel you are talking to them, not at them. 3. They show confidence. Some people use difficult words to hide insecurity, but true confidence never hides. Simplicity proves courage and clarity of thought. 4. They make you memorable. People remember short, simple phrases, not long, confusing sentences. Brevity stays in memory while complexity fades quickly. How to practice speaking with simple words. Replace complex with clear. Ask yourself, is there a simpler word I can use that means the same? For example, instead of utilize, say use. Instead of commence, say start. Instead of endeavor, say try. Simpler words free your message from confusion. Speak like you're talking to a 12-year-old. This doesn't mean childish language. It means you explain so clearly that even a child understands. Avoid overloading with details. Don't give every tiny detail unless it's necessary. Too much information overwhelms listeners and makes them lose focus quickly. Example: imagine you are explaining a project to your team. Complicated version: our current objective entails the execution of strategic methodologies to optimize productivity. Simple version: our goal is to find better ways to work so we can achieve our company's future plans. Both mean the same, but one resonates. Which one will people remember and understand instantly? The simple one. Always choose clarity over complexity. Simple words carry lasting strength people treasure. The secret advantage of simple words. When you use simple words, your tone, confidence, and message shine. People will focus on ideas, not vocabulary. They will focus on your ideas. And in the end, ideas change the world, not complicated words. Remember, the size of words never equals strength. Speak so clearly that even if a person hears you only once, they will remember your words forever. Simplicity is wisdom revealed in action. Tip 3. Control your tone and pace. Now that we have learned the importance of thinking before speaking and using simple words, another factor matters deeply. We need to talk about something that decides how your words actually feel to the listener. Your tone and pace shape the hidden music. Think about this. Two people can say the same sentence, but one sounds boring and forgettable, while the other sounds powerful and inspiring. The difference, not in the words, but in how they say them. Tone and pace add life or remove it entirely. Your tone and your pace are like the music of your speech. Even the best words die if delivered flatly or rushed. Even if you have the best words, if your tone is flat or your speed is wrong, people will quickly lose interest completely. But if your tone is warm, confident, and your pace is balanced, people will stay hooked until your last word. Energy commands attention. 1. What is tone? Your tone is the emotion and attitude in your voice. It reveals whether you are happy, serious, excited, or confident. A smart speaker knows how to control their tone depending on the situation. Matching energy with message makes your words trustworthy and memorable. If you speak about something exciting, your tone should be energetic and positive. If you speak about something serious, your tone should be calm. Why this matters? If your tone doesn't match your message, people get confused. A mismatch weakens your authority and destroys genuine connection instantly. Imagine saying, "I am so happy for you," in a dull, flat voice. It won't feel genuine at all. People sense inauthenticity immediately. 2. What is pace? Pace is the speed at which you speak. Speaking too fast makes you nervous, unclear. Speaking too slow feels heavy. Speaking too fast can make you sound nervous and hard to follow. Speaking too slowly can make you sound boring, insecure, or even doubtful. A smart speaker knows how to balance both. Rule of thumb: speak at a speed where listeners understand, but not so slow that boredom arrives. How to master tone and pace. A. Use the smile voice technique. When you smile while talking, your voice naturally sounds warmer and more inviting. People can hear the smile even if they can't see you. This warmth builds trust quickly and makes conversations pleasant without forcing anything. B. Pause for impact. Don't rush from one idea to the next. Use small pauses to let important points sink deeply. Silence strengthens memory. For example, confidence is not about speaking louder. Pause. It's about speaking with certainty. This gap makes people lean in to listen more closely. C. Stress. Key words. If you want your audience to remember something, emphasize it by saying it slightly louder, slower, or with stronger weight. For example, the most important thing is to stay calm under pressure. Highlighting important words directs the listener's attention to your core message. D. Adjust to the mood. If the conversation is casual, be relaxed. If it's formal, keep your tone professional. Adaptability reveals your intelligence. If it's inspiring, make it uplifting. Matching the emotional energy of the room makes your message feel alive, powerful, and relevant to everyone listening. Example: wrong tone and pace. Imagine you are giving a motivational speech. You can achieve your dreams if you work hard, spoken flatly and fast. Now, the same sentence with the right tone and pace. You can achieve your dreams if you work hard, said warmly, pausing, emphasizing key words. Feel the difference. The second one touches emotions, not just ears. Words come alive, carrying hope. The listener feels your conviction deeply. Extra tip: record yourself. The easiest way to improve your tone and pace is to record yourself speaking and listen back carefully with attention. You'll immediately notice if you sound too fast, too flat, or too low in energy. Adjust until it sounds strong, confident, and compelling. The hidden power of tone and pace: your words are the vehicle, but your tone and pace are the fuel. Without fuel, vehicles stop completely. Without the right fuel, your words won't go far. With the right tone, people will not only understand you, they will also feel you. And when they feel you, they will trust you, respect you, and remember you. Emotions are remembered longer than raw words or simple facts. Remember, people may forget your exact words, but they will never forget how your voice made them feel. Feeling shapes memory more than meaning. Tip 4. Listen more than you speak. We have already talked about thinking before speaking, using simple words, and controlling tone and pace. Now we arrive at one of the most underestimated secrets of smart speaking: listening more than you speak. This paradox separates amateurs from masters. Yes, I know it sounds strange. We're talking about speaking smartly, but here I am telling you to listen. Listening strengthens your voice powerfully. But here's the truth: the smartest speakers are also the best listeners. They speak less, absorb more, and deliver precise, unforgettable answers when needed. Why listening is a superpower for smart speaking. 1. It gives you knowledge before you speak. Knowledge makes every word purposeful, accurate, and deeply trustworthy. When you listen carefully, you collect facts, details, and emotions before answering. This means you won't speak blindly or make silly, careless mistakes. 2. It makes people feel valued. When you truly listen to someone, they feel respected, trust grows, and attention multiplies when you finally speak. 3. It helps you choose the perfect words. By listening to a person's tone, emotions, and needs, you can shape words that perfectly resonate. That's what makes your speech smart. It's tailored to the listener. Speaking directly to what someone feels builds bridges that last a lifetime. 4. It avoids unnecessary arguments. Many fights and misunderstandings happen because people don't listen. Listening creates peace and turns conflict into constructive conversation. When you listen first, you understand the full picture before responding. Thoughtful replies become possible only when silence gives space to comprehension. How to practice listening more than speaking. Step 1. Give full attention. When someone is speaking, put away distractions. Look them in the eye. No phone checking, no wandering eyes. Show through body language that you are present. Your presence alone communicates respect louder than any words could. Step 2. Don't interrupt. Let the other person finish completely before you respond. Interrupting makes them feel dismissed and breaks fragile trust immediately, even if you think you already know what they're going to say. Wait until they finish. Patience in listening earns genuine respect quickly. Step 3. Use active listening signals. Nod, smile, or say small acknowledgments like, "I see," or "That's interesting." These small signals build connection fast. Step 4. Repeat or paraphrase. Before answering, summarize briefly what they said. For example, "So you're saying the meeting was delayed because documents weren't ready." This proves you understood correctly and prevents misunderstandings. Simple confirmation makes the speaker feel safe and builds a relationship of mutual understanding. Example: poor listener versus smart listener. Poor listener. A friend says, "I had a really bad day at work." You respond, "Oh, mine was worse." Result: the friend feels ignored and unimportant. Smart listener. Friend says, "I had a really bad day at work." You reply, "That sounds tough. What happened?" Pause, listen fully, then respond with empathy. Result: the friend feels heard, respected, and connected. Empathy transforms casual talk into lasting friendship. The secret link between listening and speaking smartly. When you listen deeply, you can answer with precision. Precision separates forgettable chatter from powerful influence. Instead of throwing random words, you deliver exactly what the other person needs to hear. Listening sharpens your speech into arrows hitting the target. This is why the world's best leaders, negotiators, and public speakers spend more time listening than talking. Influence grows in silence, not noise. Think about great interviewers like Oprah Winfrey or top podcast hosts. They don't just talk, they listen. They make people feel valued and important. And when they finally speak, their words have weight and meaning. Their words land like gold because listening polished them first in silence. Practice drill. The 70-30 rule. If you want to train yourself, follow this rule in conversations. Listen 70%. Speak 30% intentionally. This doesn't mean you should always be silent. It means you give more space for the other person to express themselves fully before you respond. This makes your speech sharper and more impactful. Less noise, more wisdom. The audience values silence that leads to words carrying thoughtful precision. Remember, when you speak, You are only repeating what you already know, but when you listen, you learn something new, expanding wisdom daily, and the more you learn, the smarter your words will become. Listening is the well from which powerful, smart communication endlessly flows naturally. Tip 5. Use stories and examples to make your point. We've already learned that smart speaking is about more than just words. It's about clarity, tone, and connection. Now, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful tools in smart speaking, storytelling itself. Why stories make you a smart speaker? Since the beginning of human history, people have used stories to teach lessons, share wisdom, and inspire others. Long before books or the internet existed, knowledge was passed down through storytelling. Stories carried survival, faith, and guidance from one generation to another. Why? Because our brains are wired for stories. A single fact may vanish, but a story lodges deep into memory and emotion permanently. When we hear plain facts, we might forget them after a few minutes, but inside a story, those same facts last for years. For example, if I say, never give up when life gets hard, it's good advice, but you might forget quickly. But if I tell you a story about someone who failed many times and still succeeded, you'll remember both the story and lesson. That's why smart speakers use stories and examples. They don't just tell, they show. They create pictures and emotions inside the listener's heart. The science behind it: when you tell a story, multiple parts of your listener's brain activate. Language, senses, and emotions all awaken together. Language centers process your words. Sensory areas imagine the sights, sounds, and feelings. Emotional centers connect with your message deeply. This creates total immersion. This means your listener isn't just hearing you, they're experiencing your message. Experiencing is far more powerful than hearing. Experience engraves lessons deeply. That's why stories are so powerful. They combine intellect and emotion. They bypass resistance and plant seeds of truth inside hearts and memories. How to use stories in smart speaking. 1. Keep it relevant. Your story should connect directly to your point. Irrelevant stories confuse and distract. Example: if you're talking about patience, share a story where patience led to success. Real-life connections prove your words carry substance and truth. 2. Keep it short but vivid. A story doesn't have to be long to be powerful. Details that spark imagination make it unforgettable. Describe it in a way that creates a picture in the listener's mind. Show what happened, how it felt, and what you learned. 3. Add a clear lesson. Always end your story with a takeaway. Tell your audience exactly what they should learn. Without clarity, stories scatter. Example in action. Without a story, you should always stay calm in stressful situations. With a story, a colleague handled technical failure with grace. I remember a time when my friend was giving a presentation at work, and suddenly the projector stopped working. Everyone panicked silently. Everyone in the room started whispering, and he could have panicked, but instead he smiled, joked about technology, and continued without slides confidently. People admired his confidence, and in the end, his presentation was a success. The bad moment transformed into a powerful display of composure. That's when I learned staying calm under pressure can turn a bad moment into a great one. Lessons lived become wisdom remembered. Which one do you think people will remember? The second one, because it's a story. Stories unlock memory. Advice alone fades quickly. Using examples. When you don't have a story, you can still use examples. Examples are like small stories. They illustrate your meaning clearly. For instance, if you're talking about teamwork, you can use a sports example. A football team depends on every player, not just stars. A football team can have the best striker in the world, But without defenders and midfielders, they can't win. The same applies universally. The same is true for any workplace. You need every role to work together. Success always demands cooperation beyond individual brilliance alone. Practice exercise. Story bank. To become a smart speaker. Build your own story bank. Write down personal experiences that taught important lessons meaningfully. For each story, note the key details and the main takeaway. Then, when speaking, select the story that perfectly fits the topic. The secret benefit of using stories. When you tell a story, you're not just teaching, you're connecting. Connection builds influence beyond mere facts. People may forget exact words, but they never forget how you made them feel. Stories touch hearts, and hearts remember long beyond reason, and feelings are what make your message powerful. Smart speaking is not about proving knowledge. It's about making sure your words truly stick. Stories do exactly that. They turn dry knowledge into emotional impact. They transform advice into wisdom. They carry lessons across time. Tip 6. Choose your words carefully and speak with purpose. We've learned how to think before speaking, use simple words, and control delivery. Listen deeply and use stories to make an impact. Now we come to one of the most important parts of speaking smartly: word choice. Word choice and purpose. A smart speaker does not waste words. Every sentence, every phrase carries a reason. Words become precise arrows aimed. They don't just talk to fill silence. They speak to create meaning. Empty words dissolve. Purposeful words remain long after silence returns. Why word choice matters in smart speaking. Words are like seeds. When you plant them, they grow into ideas, actions, emotions, but choose carefully. But here's the thing, not all seeds grow the way we want. Careless words can hurt, confuse, or damage credibility faster than silence. A smart speaker understands that the wrong word, even inside a perfect speech, can weaken the message. The right word strengthens everything. Think about these two sentences. 1. You failed the project. 2. The project didn't go as planned, but here's how we can fix it. Both mean something went wrong, but the second one encourages action and problem solving instead of making the listener feel attacked or humiliated. That's the power of careful word choice. Words can destroy or build. They can cut down or raise up. Smart speakers always build carefully. Speaking with purpose. Speaking with purpose means you know exactly why you're saying something before you say it. Purposeful words feel alive and directed. Ask yourself, am I speaking to inform? Am I speaking to inspire? Am I speaking to solve a problem? Intent guides everything wisely. Am I speaking to build a relationship? When you know your purpose, your words become direct, powerful, and effective. They cut through confusion instantly. Steps to choosing your words carefully. 1. Avoid unnecessary words. Filler phrases like kind of, sort of, basically weaken speech. Cut them to strengthen. Instead of saying, I think maybe this could work, say, this will work because. Confidence lives inside precise, trimmed expressions delivered boldly. 2. Replace negative words with neutral or positive ones. Negative words close minds. Positive words open hearts. Create willingness. And foster growth naturally. Instead of this is a problem, say this is a challenge we can solve. Instead of I can't do this, say not yet. Say I haven't found the way yet. 3. Be specific, not vague. Vague language confuses people. Specific language builds trust. Details demonstrate mastery. Instead of we'll do it soon, say we'll finish it by Friday. Specifics turn vague hope into confidence. People trust clarity immediately. 4. Match your words to your audience. If you're talking to children, use playful words. If professionals, use clear, respectful terms carefully. 5. Avoid overcomplication. Big words are not always impressive. They can make you sound arrogant or unclear. Clarity is more powerful always. Example: careless words versus smart words. Careless words: honestly, this idea is bad. We should do something else. Direct but rude creates defensiveness immediately. Smart words: I see your point, but maybe we can improve it by trying this approach instead. Honest, respectful, solution-focused, impactful communication. Practice exercise. The 3 filters rule. Before you say something, ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Is it true? 2. Is it necessary? 3. Is it kind? If your words pass all 3 filters, speak them with confidence. If not, reshape them until they pass. The hidden power of purposeful speaking. When you choose words carefully and speak with purpose, people see you as thoughtful, reliable, intelligent instantly. You'll notice that people interrupt you less because your words carry weight. People remember your phrases and even quote you later intentionally. You naturally start influencing others without trying. Influence grows when speech becomes sharp and meaningful. Advanced tip: word hooks. Hooks strengthen memory quickly. A word hook is a short, memorable phrase that people can easily repeat. Smart speakers often use them to make their message stick. Examples: less talk, more action. Clarity is power. Listen twice, speak once. Hooks stick like slogans. They echo long after the conversation ends. When you speak with hooks like these, your audience will remember them long after your conversation ends. Hooks crystallize your wisdom effectively. Words can heal or hurt, inspire or discourage, build or destroy. A smart speaker knows that every word is a choice, a seed, and they choose the words that build trust, inspire action, and create understanding. Every phrase becomes a bridge, not a wall, between people. Remember, your voice is your power. Your words are your tools. Use them with purpose, and you will always speak smartly. Purpose wins. Tip 7. Build confidence through practice and self-belief. We have reached our final tip, and it holds all the other tips together. Confidence. Because here's the truth. You can know all the right techniques, words, and speaking habits. But without confidence, your message loses power. Speaking smartly is not just about what you say or how you say it. It's also about the energy behind words, and that energy comes from confidence. Confidence is the fire that animates language, the invisible force that makes people lean in and listen. Why confidence matters in smart speaking. Think about the most powerful speeches in history, the most inspiring leaders, the most influential teachers you remember. Were they all perfect in grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation? No, but they had something bigger: belief in themselves and in their message fully. Confidence makes your voice steady. Confidence makes your words sound certain. Confidence makes people trust you even before they fully understand your ideas. And the best part, confidence is not something you are born with. It's something you build daily, brick by brick, through practice. Step 1. Prepare before you speak. Confidence grows when you feel prepared. If giving a speech, know your topic deeply. Preparation fuels courage. If you are going to a meeting, review the key points. If telling a story, know the sequence. Preparation becomes confidence's foundation. When you are prepared, your mind is free to focus on delivery instead of worrying about what to say next desperately. Example: if you're introducing yourself in an interview, don't wait to figure it out in the moment. Practice beforehand. Clarity follows instantly. Write down and practice a clear, Short introduction in advance. That preparation will make you sound confident instantly and impress interviewers greatly. Step 2. Practice out loud. Many people prepare silently in their head, but they never say the words until the real moment arrives. This is a mistake. Speaking out loud before the real situation helps you hear your voice. Practice creates comfort and reveals weak spots. Notice if your sentences are too long or complicated. Practice pauses and tone changes. Rehearsal builds familiarity. Familiarity births confidence reliably. You can practice in front of a mirror, record yourself on your phone, or speak to a friend who gives feedback. Step 3. Control your body language. Confidence is not only heard in your voice, it's seen in your body. Posture communicates power immediately. Even if people can't hear your words perfectly, they can sense your confidence by how you stand. Look and move during conversations. Body language tips. Stand or sit straight. Strong posture sends a strong message. Keep chin slightly up. Assurance is written in your stance. Use open hand gestures. It makes you appear trustworthy. Make eye contact. It creates connection and shows belief in yourself naturally and instantly. Step 4. Change your inner voice. Sometimes the biggest enemy of our confidence is not others, but the little voice inside our head. The voice that whispers, "What if I make a mistake? What if they don't like my answer? What if I sound stupid?" Smart speakers replace these thoughts with empowering ones. "I have something valuable to share. I am prepared and I can handle this. My words matter and people want to hear them." Remember, the way you speak to yourself decides the way you speak to others. Step 5. Start small, grow big. You don't need to begin your confidence journey with a huge crowd. Small steps create momentum steadily. Speak more in everyday conversations. Ask a question in a small meeting. Share your opinion in a group discussion without hesitation or fear. Every time you speak, you collect a confidence win. Over time, these wins stack up and speaking smartly becomes natural. Growth compounds. Step 6. Accept that mistakes are normal. Even the greatest speakers make mistakes. They mispronounce words, lose their place, or forget a point. But here's the difference. They don't panic. They stay calm, smile, and keep going. Mistakes become invisible when confidence carries the message forward. When you accept that mistakes are part of the process, your fear will reduce. Fear shrinks once mistakes feel normal instead of catastrophic. Remember, people don't expect perfection. They expect sincerity and clarity. Imperfection with authenticity inspires more than robotic perfection without heart ever could. Step 7. Believe in your message. Confidence grows when you truly believe in what you are saying. Passion makes words shine with light. If your message matters to you, it will matter to others. Speak about things you care about. Your conviction makes people listen. Things that can help, inspire, or guide others. Passion is contagious. When you believe, others will believe too. Energy transmits from heart. Example, low confidence versus high confidence. Low confidence. "I'm not sure if this is right, but maybe we can try this." Weak energy. "I don't know." High confidence. "I suggest we try this approach because it can save time and improve results." Strong energy convinces instantly. The second version is direct, clear, and makes the listener feel you know what you're talking about. Even if your idea is new, daily confidence building routine for speaking smartly. 1. Read out loud for 5 minutes. Choose a book or article and present it dramatically. 2. Record a 1-minute talk. Pick any topic and record yourself speaking on it. Listen, refine, improve steadily. Repetition builds mastery. 3. Learn one new word daily. Expand vocabulary slowly but steadily. 4. Practice eye contact in conversations. Hold eyes for 3 seconds, then release. 5 positive affirmations. Every morning say, I am confident, my words have value, people respect my voice. Affirmations shape inner strength directly. Confidence is not about being the loudest person in the room. It's about being the person who speaks with certainty, clarity, and purpose. You build confidence by preparing, practicing, improving daily, and believing in yourself even when nervous. Courage lives in action, not in perfect comfort. And here's the golden rule of smart speaking. When you combine skill with confidence, your words can change lives, including your own future. And friends, if you found these tips helpful and you want to keep learning powerful ways to improve your speaking skills, act now. Don't just watch and leave. Hit that subscribe button now. Join our family where every video makes you more confident, sharper, and smarter. Turn on the bell icon so you never miss a single lesson that could change your life. One idea could redirect your destiny. Because here we don't just talk, we talk smart. And now, ask yourself, which one of these tips will you practice first today? What does this mean for your life right now? In your English journey, career or relationships, words shape perception. Smart words shape futures. This is your invitation to reflect. Will you let careless speech steal respect or choose clarity, connection, and confidence to rise higher today? Your voice is your power. Use it wisely. Together, we are building not just better English, but stronger lives. One smart sentence at a time. If you believe your words matter, start practicing. And before you go, I want to hear from you personally in the comments. What do you think about these tips? Did they help you? Which one will you try first? Share your thoughts with everyone here. We are a community, not just a channel. By commenting, you inspire others to start their journey too. Your words matter even now. So, subscribe, share, and keep learning with us. Read and learn English. The journey has only begun. Your next breakthrough is waiting.